Hey Cam, how are you doing? It's another late night sifting through properties with nobody on our YouTube channel yet. Nobody. Because I haven't.
We're not going to.
We haven't voiced it to anybody. This is a secret group. Until we're ready to get it out.
Well, until people are. We already got it out. Some people are not willing to accept it quite yet.
Okay. So here's where we're at. Our closest people don't necessarily know how serious we are about this and how much time we've invested in thinking and praying about this, and how much time we've invested in searching for homes. How many homes do you think we've searched?
Too many. It's exhausting. There's so many options. We have a list of criteria, but
Hundreds.
I think
It's been hundreds.
Right. I think the biggest thing is that we don't want to go into a lot of debt.
My eyes even red. It's late. It's past 10. That's way past my bedtime. But it's like this almost every night lately for the past few weeks. So here's the exciting thing. We were planning on going to Arkansas kind of spontaneously over the weekend. Some family members thought that was too impulsive when we told them, and they thought it would be better that we stayed and visited with them, and so we complied, reluctantly complied, just to honor them, because this has been a shock to family. So anyway, we are still serious about it, and in less than 2 weeks we are planning that trip. And the great thing is that our home search is currently sitting in the 70s that have been saved. 70 homes.
Oh, well,
it went
I
down
keep
to 40.
adding, I know.
Went down to 40 something. Now it's back up to 70 something. And this is over Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, 8 states. Okay,
Yep.
So we're in the 70s. But this trip, we've kind of narrowed it down to this localized area in Arkansas. And there's 4 really, really solid homes and properties. Great looking homestead type properties with a lot of acreage, all within like an hour of each other. So we are going to look at a few homes in less than 2 weeks, hopefully. So that's where we're at. That feels pretty freeing because it's like maybe none of them hit, but it does feel like we've possibly whittled down our options to like 4, possibly.
Right. Well,
Possibly. We don't want to eliminate all the rest.
I think we'll probably get a good like reality check whenever we go down there. Like, is this
If we like the area or not.
and is this too far? I think that's also going to play into it. Like, okay, so we've thought about moving down here. Is it really too far? Do we want to be closer? I think we've agreed that we want to be. I don't know. The properties up in northern Indiana are just too expensive, and I think it's pretty much out. I still check them every now and then, but
the value from the property I don't think is worth
right.
the price.
It's so in northern Indiana, people don't homestead, so it's like you buy a house for $312,000.
You have longer winters,
and
shorter summers.
you have a house, and then there's nothing else there. So
when you're paying 10 to 20 grand an acre in northern Indiana, farmers will eat that up. But homesteaders that want to sustain them and their families, I mean, that to me just isn't worth the price when we can get several dozen acres elsewhere for a fraction of that. So that's kind of where we're at. That's where our search is.
right.
We found a lot of houses. I mean, we could probably say yes, sight unseen, to many of these houses because they're just amazing properties. But we're going to take a trip down there and see a few of them. So that's where we're at. Anything else?
No, I mean, we're still looking in Indiana for sure, but
We are still looking in Indiana.
which I found an amazing house, FYI.
the properties just. Here's my one thing that I've never been like this. We have moved several times, and usually I'm like, let's just go, let's go. My
Yeah.
one thing though is for the first time ever, this move seems like it will be our last.
Right. I agree.
And I do not want, after the honeymoon period with the house wears off and you're just kind of used to it, I don't want a year to go by and have regret. I don't want to say, man, I wish we would have picked that place, or I wish we would have been there. I wish this was more like that. No, I want the houses can always change. They can always be added on to. You can always put what you need into them. But properties, you're kind of stuck with what you have. So I'm more critical than I've ever been. All right. So with that being said, we're tired. We're tired right now. We're not lively. We're not even funny right now. So let's get off of this and just go to bed. Have a good night.